This episode of Chat Grapple on Cheap Pops is brought to you by zenpop.jp. Use the link in our description for $5 off your next order by using the code GRAPPLE.
This episode is also brought to you in partnership with thebubblepanda.com. Bubble tea at home using their boxes that you can get off their website from bubblepanda.com.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops. Did you miss us?
Of course I did.
It is me, JB, with the best Chris in all of wrestling podcasts.
Damn right. Nice one, bruv. Nice one.
How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm gassed. It was my birthday last week. My sister got me a new little notebook for the show.
God bless Chris's sister.
Do you know what I mean?
Notebook. Yeah.
It was wrapped up in that wrapping paper as well. She got me a Christmas jumper as well with a certain wrestling superstar on it, which will be coming out around Christmas time. I shall be wearing it.
Cannot wait. Let's
trust me, gassed. But
I see you wearing a beautiful hoodie as well.
Of course, repping the Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast hoodie. I've been wearing it on the tube as well. Oh, a man's rocking the beanie.
As you can see, for those that are watching on YouTube, there's a beanie.
There you go. Official merch, fam.
Official merch. Send us a message if you like it, if you want it. I'm going to take it off because it's quite warm.
If you want it, we'll give it ya. Yeah? And the merch.
No, there's a reference that not many people will get.
Wait, what you want, Sam? Got no fans.
Yeah.
Got no grand. Anyway.
For those that are watching and not listening, you can possibly see on the t-shirt, I'm repping a different podcast today. I know I should be wearing our own merch, really, shouldn't I? But
big up Bishop all day long. AFD, bro, all fucking day.
Yeah, the Terrible Wrestling Takes podcast t-shirt, which is a very, very comfortable t-shirt, I will say that. But yeah, here we are. For those of you that have missed us doing this, it is a review. There is no interview today. We're just gonna chill. We're gonna chat. We're gonna have some fun. And if you're new to this, slap Chris's bell.
Slap my bell. Have a look through our archives. We've got like 40 episodes or something of, various bits and bobs. Oh, he's flexing his mug there as well. Chat Grapple and Cheap Pots podcast mug, with the artwork provided by the amazing Tyrant Tales. Yeah, we've got content coming out the fucking wazoo, mate. We've got amazing interviews with people like Santino Marella, Duke the Dumpster Drosy, Chris Hamrick, Sonny Ono, Alex Wright, Kiwi, Dean Ayas. We've got fucking interviews up the wazoo. We have got untold reviews going back to our very first review, which was Survivor Series, the first ever one.
Oh, damn, yeah. Survivor Series. Wow, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, man. So that was the first ever Survivor Series. That was our first ever episode going back. So you can watch these episodes, listen to these episodes whenever you want. They are timeless. We've also got an end of year review show. We've got other bits and bobs on there.
Yeah, that's right. We got some hangouts too. There was one with Bishop that we did a little while back, which was, it was like 2.5 hours long, but it was hell a lot of fun.
Yeah, man, it was good. We got the one on his channel, the WrestleMania one. So we're rocking out with our cocks out. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Just wanted to also shout out our sponsors again, zenpop.jp. Get your Zen Pop boxes. You can get your ramen boxes, get your sweetie boxes, get your mix of ramen and sweetie boxes. You can get your stationery boxes. You can get the whole fucking deal. Get on there and use the link in our description. Use the promo code GRAPPLE for $5 off. That is $5 off. And also a shout out to the amazing bubblepanda.com. I'm here with my freshly made bubble tea from the Bubble Panda. You can see right there. This one is the peach and raspberry fruit tea. So it's peach syrup with raspberry bubbles. And let me tell you something. Fuck snapping into a Slim Jim. Slurp on a Bubble Panda, baby. That's the shit right there. Easy to make. Do it at home. Nice variation of drinks. You've got fruit boxes. You've got milk tea boxes. You've got a mix between the two. Obviously, coming up to Halloween, they've got a Halloween box coming out right now. So, yeah, man, we're just doing, you know what I mean? We're just repping our partners. We thank them.
Oh, absolutely. We do thank them for being along for the ride for however long it takes. It takes us. Thank you so much for them for sticking with us. Thank you to everyone that watched, liked, did whatever you did for the last episode. It was Kwee-wee, it was an interview, and it was fucking epic. If I may say so myself, the man was as real as it gets when it comes to, shooting. And holy shit, he shoots on people in this fucking show that we're talking about.
Oh, he fucking does, man. And to quote, he was there. That's a fucking shoot, kid. He shoots from the hip. Shout out to Alan Kwee-wee Funk all day long. Top guy, nice bloke to chat to. Just good stuff, man. And we got some real. If you haven't listened to the interview, go back and listen to the interview right now. We have got some juicy bits in there. Fucking juicy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Some juicy bits, including people on this show, including, people involved in the main event of this show, people in, a gentleman in another tag match on this show. These are all people that are very relevant to what we talk about every week.
Yeah.
And Alan gave us some gold. And he
pure gold.
Maybe even dropped a few controversial, tough for me to say.
Yeah.
Droplets in there as well.
Oh, mate, he
pissed in the tea.
He was spilling the tea, pissed in the tea. He went in, because, but it's good in this day and age of the internet. I still find it amazing how two jabronis from Hertfordshire can be talking to amazing people in the wrestling business like we are, and we love it. We do it strictly for the love. We ain't getting paid for this shit. We've got partners that we work with or whatever, but we ain't getting paid for this shit. We're just doing it for the love.
Right. We literally do it for all the love, and we keep doing it. We're not going to stop.
We ain't going to stop.
Which is why we are the #1 wrestling podcast in Hertfordshire.
We do have a wrestling show coming up, Jordan.
There is a show coming up this month in Hertfordshire.
Yep.
We cannot wait. We are super excited. It's live wrestling.
Live wrestling, man. Smelling the sweat. Yeah. You know what I mean? Hearing the screams of a young child in the front row. Foam fingers, bruv. Foam fingers. Also, it's pretty much a given with these British shows.
The raffle.
It's the raffle. Hopefully we can win. We'll be in with luck. And there's a lot of the time there's meets and greets at the end as well. You pay like a $5 or something. You get a little pack with a little, autograph card where you can go and meet the dudes. We'll obviously have the camera and we will be annoying.
We will have the camera. Yes, we will have the camera.
Have
the merch on. We will
That's it,
look
bro.
like a couple of jabronis.
But we love it. We don't give a shit. That's what we're here for, mate. And just quickly though, bro, want to wish a happy birthday to Mr. Tony Khan, whose birthday it was yesterday. So,
happy birthday, Tony! Yeah,
happy birthday, Tony. You've got
big,
you know what I mean?
Big tone. Happy
big
birthday. Have one on us.
Yeah,
couple of jars. Yeah.
Or a couple of lines.
It seems like you might have had a couple of jars the way you were tweeting this weekend, but Happy birthday, Tony Khan. I mean, obviously there are pictures circulating on the internet with Chris with Tony Khan. Um, Obviously, top buds, top guys.
Top buds, bruv. We went out this weekend. Do you know what I mean? Had a good one.
I heard he shared his Booker of the Year trophy with you. Is that right?
No, he just let me hold it. He let me hold it. Tried to give me a Fulham shirt. Told him to fuck off. But yeah, no, it was good.
You heard it here. Tony can't let Chris hold it. Now use your imagination.
A good time was had by all at the end of the day.
What a birthday treat.
Yeah.
This shocking innuendo aside, is it time?
Is it time to get in the old DeLorean?
As always, we put the key in the DeLorean. It takes a couple of jerks to get going.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's me talking about Tony Khan again. Let's start it up. Let's hit 88. Let's grab an old-timey Iron Brew. Get your packet of Opal Fruits on the go because we're
Get your packet of Opal Fruits out. Yeah, we're going back to 1997.
He's got Opal Fruits. I don't know where he found them.
In the back of the DeLorean, mate. You know what I mean?
It must have been in the back of the DeLorean. Because we are heading to September 97. It is the middle of September. It's still kind of warm. We are in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. What else is there to say? Because I don't know anything about that place. All I know is that we are at, and this is a fucking mouthful, we are at the Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum
in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, baby.
It is the 14th. It is a huge crowd for what I would assume is a small town. 11,939. Now, is there that many people in Winston-Salem, or did they all travel from the bigger cities? Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, packed house though. I mean, horseman country, bro. North Carolina.
Hell, man.
Yeah,
horseman country. Fuck, man, they are over. But before we talk about all of that stuff, let's do the numbers. Let's do the shit like that. It is the lowest bought pay-per-view since Sold Out. Sold Out 97, the one that we watched and told everybody how fucking shit it was. 195,000 buys.
Yikes.
I mean, Halloween Havoc the next month, that's 405,000. Now, is it because it's a Hogan-free pay-per-view?
There's no Hogan. Goldberg was debuted about 3 months before. There's no Goldberg. There's no Sting.
Nope. No Piper.
There's no Piper. Bret Hart would be signed in about 2 months' time.
Brett's still working WWF shows here.
Yeah. And so he finished in November 97.
No Mysterio.
Huh?
No Mysterio.
No Mysterio. No. It's a weird one, but nevertheless, not a particular. There are good matches through this card for sure.
I wouldn't say it was lacking stars. It just you didn't click. I mean, War Games must not have been the selling point because it's a Fall Brawl, it's a War Games, it's the peak of NWO and WCW. It is the main event will be an NWO Horseman War Games match. And it is all based around the parody that got legitimate heat.
Yeah.
The Arn Anderson retirement parody, which actually opens up the show. They show the clip of that.
Yeah,
it is relevant. We're not just skipping to the main event. It is the Arn parody where Arn retires. He passes the torch. He gives his spot, and that is the word they use, spot, to Curt Hennig, and Curt, accepts it. And then next week on Nitro, Kevin Nash, Six or Waltman, Conan, and Buff Bagwell all come out dressed as horsemen with beer bellies and
neck braces.
Yeah, it's not even that good, to be honest.
I mean, wasn't there a D-Generation X one where they around the same time or was it later?
That was much later. It was in '98. Yeah, they did the Nation where someone ended up doing blackface, but try not to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The parody isn't that funny.
No, but I mean, who did it get heat with specifically?
On Rick. I I can't imagine if Mongo and Benoit. I mean, Mongo and Benoit might have just followed suit. Who knows? But yeah, Arn and Rick were really disappointed because they also I think Flair's book might bring this in. He goes, "Why wouldn't we just go out there and destroy this? You're just going to leave us in the back to sit there like a bunch of dicks."
Who booked it, bruv? Surely Flair was on the booking.
No, not in '97. This is an Eric Sullivan, possibly Hogan, possibly that sort of ilk. But Flair's not on the booking team at this point.
Hogan's still salty about 92.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
He's
working
still salty about...
this show doesn't work for him either.
Well, yeah.
We have a bit of a rotating commentary booth for the evening. Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan are your mainstays. And then at times we switch it out with Mike Tenay, who is a great commentator.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, I forgot how good Larry Zbyszko can be.
Yeah, he was definitely good.
Really good
on the commentary.
A few hiccups, but yeah, really good. But yeah, we'll start with Tony, Bobby, and Mike to get us going because our first match of the evening is a fucking stormer.
Great match.
The cruiserweight title's on the line, and it is Eddie Guerrero against Chris Jericho. Now, this is a fucking treat. Let's be honest. It's two guys in their prime who, I mean, God rest his soul, Eddie, he would have gone on to be, greatest of all time, possibly. Chris Jericho, who is still relevant today. Relevant. I'm not saying he's brilliant right now, but he's relevant and he does a lot of things.
Sorry, man. This was a different Guerrero as well, because we'd had the kind of smiley baby face Guerrero. And then, this is like a meaner. He'd injured himself. He'd come back. He was meaner. He was ripped. He's not ICO Pro Jacked Award winning material. Ripped.
Well, he could have been in a third or fourth.
I think he could be third. Yeah, for sure. Third or fourth spot. But this was a meaner Eddie Guerrero, but still a bit of a chicken shit heel. Chris Jericho. Now, he was the Lionheart at this point, yeah?
He is, yeah.
And when I was watching it on the network, they played the Walls of Jericho.
Yeah, for some reason, they put that music on a lot of the network stuff for Jericho. I don't know why. It's a weird
Because
one.
I was watching it and I was like, hold on a minute. This is not his music for at least another...
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, at least another 2 years.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just WWE. They didn't want to pay royalties to probably Jimmy Hart or whoever made the music.
But that wouldn't make a lot of sense because Jimmy pretty much wrote every other fucking song on the show.
That's true, yeah. I'll tell you what theme, it's still to this day, like, fucking hell, Jimmy Hart done that. The red and black NWO. Yeah, the Wolfpack one. Like, it's sick. Doom, 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 doom.
We haven't come across that yet, really, have we?
Not yet. No, no. True.
Eddie sucks. Eddie's like over as a heel almost immediately. He complains so casually about his hair being pulled in the lockup. It's fucking brilliant.
Beautiful.
I'm gone already. Like, that's it. I've seen him do that, and I'm like, I'm in for a great match here. Like, it doesn't matter what else he does after this. And yeah, the casual just walking over to the ref saying, he's pulling my hair, mate. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Have a word. Come on.
The double/reversal of the Mahi Stroll cradle, I fucking loved it.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful wrestling match, man.
It's not the first on this show either.
Nah.
Well, not the last, sorry.
Not last, yeah. It's just great stuff. You've got Eddie pretty much in his prime, or at least get on his way to his prime.
He's really close.
You've got Chris Jericho fucking wrestling his boots off. It's great stuff. You've got Bobby Heenan calling Hurricane Rana a Hooligan Rana.
Yeah.
And Tenay goes, that's close enough.
Bobby also explains that they didn't always need high flying, and that was sort of the telltale of this match. It wasn't you weren't all over the place. It wasn't high intensity, flips and slips and jumps and bumps. It was wrestling. It was fucking crisp. Like it was
good.
No wasted movements. I don't know how much more I can gush about this. They both end up using the gory special.
Reversals of the gory special was just amazing. There's a nice bit where Eddie goes for a leapfrog and then Jericho just literally throws him up in the air and he garrots himself on the top rope. Fucking brilliant stuff.
It is. It's man, like the amount of air Eddie got on the released German suplex as well. I did laugh a little bit because he went fucking flying.
Oh, it was great shit, but these two guys are buddies as well, so they're literally just going all in on each other.
Literally two guys hanging out in front of a crowd. But again, they're so good at it. It makes you wonder what's happening in the world when you see so many botches on today's stuff. I don't want to take a deep dive into that, but I will later.
But I agree. It's like there is a big difference now.
The golf is huge.
Yeah,
and what we see today.
I mean, there's another match on this card that is just fucking amazing. It is just lovely. And we'll get to that, and I think which one.
Yeah.
But yeah, these matches, these curtain jerk matches, as was coined by Kwee Wee Funk in our last interview. Yeah. These matches often would blow the roof off the place.
Matches like this today would be, I mean, let's be honest, if they were on one show, they'd be 5 stars. If they were on another show, they'd be 3.5 stars. If some idiot with a star rating was trying to push his agenda. But we move on from that because what's the point? He's a fucking idiot. Like, why do we waste our breath? That's
it's all right. It was Tony's birthday.
It was Booker of the Year's birthday. Eddie almost spikes himself on a superplex in a way to reverse it, that he would land on Jericho, but he almost lands on his head and neck, and it looked fucking gnarly.
Is that just before the end of the match?
Just before the finish, yeah.
Well, there's another bit here that you missed in a couple of bits that I wanted to talk about. There was a spot where Eddie gets chucked on the top rope, and he's like, when they ride the top rope on his fucking bollocks, and he's shaking it, and he's actually doing like he's riding a bronco, like puts his hand in the air, it's just fantastic, giving it the old yeehaw. And there's an apron spot, a really crazy supposed to be a power bomb to the outside. Then Eddie holds onto the ropes, throws Jericho out, and then ends up falling off himself and landing on him on the barrier. It's good shit, bro. That's some good shit. So it's just, give me this over QT, Marshall, and the Giant any day.
Oh no, but that was a well-planned story, apparently.
Sorry, he's not the Giant. He's Paul Wright. But yeah,
Yeah. Like we said, Eddie almost spikes himself on the superplex, but Jericho's the one that seems to take the brunt of it because he's in position, and Eddie goes up for a frog splash, a beautiful frog splash, by the way, and clean finish. And I love it. Clean finish. That's what matches need.
We all love a clean finish, bro. We all love you know what I mean?
Yes, we do. I don't know, actually.
Well, you like a dirty finish.
That's something I would dare you to explain, but hell, we could get cancelled off our own shit.
You can't cancel the uncancelable. If that's a thing?
Fuck it, yeah, that's a thing now.
That's a thing now.
Yeah.
And we've got a new champion, baby.
Yeah, new cruiserweight champion, Eddie Guerrero. He goes into Halloween Havoc 97 as champion. We all know it. We've all seen that match that comes up. Fuck, that is a good match. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead. We shouldn't
No,
be
I
thinking ahead.
remember that.
It's almost Halloween,
Yeah,
but
it is.
we move on because WCWWrestling.com is plugging itself, I guess.
World Championship Wrestling.com.
Yes, I did think of that when I saw it. World Championship Wrestling.com.
Yeah, this is 97, bruv.
The internet guy, whoever's there, is with Jeff Jarrett asking the question, and Jeff looks fucking thrilled to be there.
Oh, of course, he's healing it up.
Oh man, alive!
Great.
Like, are we gonna get on with this or what?
It's
Jeff
good.
is like, can I get the fuck out of here? I've got to work, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, Larry Zbyszko joins the booth. Harlem Heat are up next in the tag team match. They are with Jacqueline. They're taking on Chris's favorite tag team, the Steiner brothers, and they are with Ted DiBiase. And let's just do it now because it's already over. He walked out. He walked out of gorilla position into the arena and flexed one arm, and that was like, "Fuck it, you win."
You win.
So yeah, our ICO Pro award winner this week is Scott Steiner.
Of course it is. He's the patron of the fucking award. You know,
He is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, first ballot Hall of Famer all day long, bro. He's the first jock strap on the wall. You know what I mean?
I was annoyed. One tiny bit of production amiss there. They were busy scanning the crowd for some J Bros flexing when they missed his Harlem Heat's pyro.
Yeah.
It's like that's the main part of their entrance, Harlem Heat, the fire and all that, and
right.
You miss it because you're looking at some idiot going full life.
Yes.
That was quite funny. I did laugh. And yeah, this is a weird one. This match it starts strong and gets a little disjointed for me.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not a great match. You know, there's a couple of good spots in it. Starting off with Rick Steiner gnawing the bottom rope.
Yeah.
Like a dog. You know, it's Scott Steiner forearming. It wasn't Booker. It was Stevie Ray. Like literally forearming him in the back of the head, like pretty stiff. There's a combination.
The Steiners work snug, you know. That's
of course they do. Yeah. Fucking snug, Jesus. Very, very tight. You know what I mean? Like Gold member, fucking tight.
The fans do pop for the suplexes, and pretty much all the Steiner sort of, you know,
the combination lariat suplex thing, which is brutal on Stevie Ray's neck.
Yeah, it's
not a bad match. Like it was, you know.
I mean, can you see Booker T's star quality here?
At times you can see it coming through, but Stevie Ray as well, bro. But like we said before previously, you're only ever gonna get when a tag team breaks up, you're rarely gonna get both of them.
Yeah,
shine.
You know, rarely do you get two of them come out and become huge stars. You've always got a Shawn and a Marty.
Yeah,
and it shouldn't be the way it is, because sometimes, you know, both, you know, Brett and Anvil, you know, shit like that. It just happens. It shouldn't, but it does, and you know, what a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Because you know, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Too soon. Sorry, not Ambrose. What is it you call him
now? Mox.
Yeah. Moxley, deathmatch champion. Oh, man, he is grafting for his money at the minute. Yeah. Anyway, there's a hot tag to Rick. Now this is the one that I saw. The missile drop kick whilst on one of the Steiners, whilst they're on Stevie Ray's shoulders. I thought was pretty cool.
It was sick.
It's like an electric chair / missile drop kick thing.
Yeah, it was on Rick.
Yeah, it was pretty, you know, brutal looking. But Hell yeah. Again, not the longest match. We do get the Steiner line German suplex combination
Yeah.
for the 3 count. It's, again, like I said, a little disjointed. It tends to trail off outside and stuff like that, but it's watchable.
Yeah. No, it weren't a bad match. It was all right.
Because, I mean, what I reckon is they wanted to rush through it and get to the back to watch probably, the greatest TV title reign of all time.
Yep.
Because coming up next, it is Ultimo Dragon, not against Prince Iaukea. It's against Alex Wright.
Oh, buddy.
That's Wonderkind.
That's Wonderkind. He's
if you haven't seen it or listened to it, go and check it out. Our chat with Alex Wright, the man himself, it was such a great chat. And he was really forthcoming with some really good shit.
It was, and let's fucking blow our own trumpets, yeah? Alex has not done an interview for many, many, many years, yeah? Like many, many years. And even before that one, he'd never done one, like a shoot interview or whatever. He's half English, so we love him for that as well. We love him anyway, yeah?
He
but
said himself he hadn't spoke English in over a year when he spoke to us.
And then we're giving it all bits and bobs and that. And then he spoke German, didn't he, to us as well? He was like, why don't you understand? Like, I could understand what he said because my German's not too bad. But he said, but he's just a top bloke. And we really enjoyed speaking to him. And we weren't just blowing smoke up his ass. Alex Wright is one of the finest workers this business has seen. If you want to talk about technical wrestlers in the ring, he is up there with the best.
Yeah.
Without doubt.
You only have to watch what we're about to talk about. Because as always, don't take our word for it. Go and watch the show we're talking about. And let us know if we think we're wrong. Because there were some sweet moves from the greatest dancer in WCW. Better than that Inferno twat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Alex Wright. It's Ultimo Dragon. What more can you ask for?
What more can you ask for apart from the fact that it's a World TV Championship match and they give them a nice amount of time as well, dude.
That's it. That's what I was. It's not a fucking sprint. It's not spot to spot to spot like we see on the shows that we see every other week, every week. Wednesdays, Fridays, mainly, but
mostly.
But it's not a sprint. It's something that's allowed to take time, allowed to use holds and use moves. Holds are lost on a lot of wrestling fans today, and it shouldn't bug me, and it doesn't much. But in the context of this, when I'm talking about this, when wrestling fans get itchy feet because someone's put a hold on, like, just fucking wait. They're building something. They're telling a story. They're not gonna just have 8 people stand outside the ring and wait to be catching some arsehole who's being reckless and fucking hell. Here we go.
But it's true, bro, because when you're telling a story, you've got to look at it like this: the legitimacy of the sport. And did you notice Alex Wright, when we were speaking to him, he always referred to wrestling as the sport.
Yep, he did.
The sport. Yeah. His dad is Steve Wright, one of the greatest as well. Like in the British wrestling business, in Europe, everywhere he went.
He was brought up on World of Sport, not World of Pro Wrestling, not World of Sports Entertainment.
That's right.
Sport.
That's right.
And
he is a sport. And if you look at Greco-Roman wrestling or whatever, pro wrestling is like a kind of mix of everything together. You are going to have people in headlocks. You are going to have people on the floor in like modified sleepers and, different holds and shit like that,
This was brought up earlier on today, actually, online. Can't remember which of the it was Deep Cuts at Deep Cuts WCW, who
about the lockups.
Yeah, locking up. Simple start to a match, and how locking up has just changed, fallen away. But locking up is an important part of the start of a match. That's how things get going. And it happens later on in this show as well, like locking up.
I was going to say, I'm glad you said that as well, because there's another match later on in this card where the lockups are just nice.
There's a couple of them,
There's
really
some
good.
really good ones where you've got people proper, where it looks like people are forcing against each other. They're not just like all close up tight to each other for 2 seconds. And it's like, right, no, this is wrestling, a nice collar elbow, bro.
Yeah, a nice collar and elbow tie up. That's how we do it. Back to Alex Wright and Ultimo Dragon. Alex Wright is your defending champion here. He does get a huge chop from Ultimo Dragon, which wakes the crowd up a little bit. At this point, I will say that Alex Wright is very, very prone to showboating. He likes to throw those German shapes up one too many times in this match. And
I love it. It was brilliant.
It's hilarious, yeah.
It's great because he does it even just like when you've got Ultimo Dragon on the floor, just about to, he could do a little roll up or whatever, but he's there on top of him, just like, dancing. Great.
I mean, and he's getting good heat with it as well.
Oh, he's doing it for a purpose.
Apart from a few geezers in the front row who are copying the dance, the rest of them are just booing the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's great. There was a few dancers in the crowd. Yeah, it was good.
I've got back in the day, we used to spot a few things in the crowd, and I spotted something else later on as well. It's a bit weird, but we'll get to it. It's one of those matches where you can tell there's a strategy involved, and there's an actual story to the match, because Alex Wright is keeping it slow. He's doing his best to keep Dragon grounded, because everyone knows that Ultimo Dragon's going to fly. He's going to throw his kicks. He's going to do all that stuff.
There's a video that I've seen recently, right? And it's funny that you mentioned there's a story to this match. The story to this match is based on both of the wrestlers' finishing moves. So Alex Wright's finishing move is the bridge German suplex. Okay. The Ultimo Dragon is, what was his finishing move?
Dragon Sleeper.
It was the Dragon Sleeper, which actually gets it's involved in the finish of this as well.
Yes, yeah.
So in order to tell the story, it's both wrestlers are trying to do their game plan to get to their finishing move. There's a video online that I've recently watched, and I think it was on the Hannibal channel, where Al Snow is doing like a seminar thing. He's in the ring and he's talking to these wrestlers, and he's talking about how you can build the story of a match based on the two wrestlers' finishing moves. And this is a classic thing of it, because yes, there's some high spots. You've got an acai moonsault on by Dragon on Alex Wright to the outside.
It is a beautiful move.
It's fucking amazing. Alex does an amazing crossbody to the outside.
Yeah.
There's a drop kick on Dragon as he's coming off the corner by Alex. A great move again.
I will stop you for just 1 second, because there is a move in there as well, which I was not expecting, and it took me by surprise because Dragon was behind Alex Wright at this point, and I'm thinking it looked like he was going to throw a kick, and I thought, here comes a super kick. I'm going to be fucking pissed. And it's a jumping back kick, and it is glorious.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's not a super kick. And let that be a lesson to any of you throwing super kicks 8 times in a match. You don't fucking need them.
No, you don't. It's a super kick is a fucking finishing move. If you kick someone in the face, they're not supposed to get up after it.
No.
Anyway.
A jumping back kick.
Yeah, Ultimo Dragon's got loads of nice kicks on the chest and the back, then the chest and the back, like the way he goes back and forward back. Fucking great match, but the story of this is, Alex spends a lot of time with the Ultimo Dragon in like a reverse chin lock kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. It's designed to keep him down. And they were obviously given plenty of time for this match, because look how it goes. And there's no other, there's no reason for them to be flying around. And we just had a cruiserweight match with a bit of flying, admittedly not as much as probably it would have had if it was some lucha guys in there. But
there's a bit of flying in this as well, but every now and again, sporadically.
It is not a sprint.
No, it's for the story. It's when Ultimo Dragon gets away from the grip of Alex, and Ultimo Dragon does a couple of high spots and then ends up getting dragged back down again, you know, and the finish to this match is fucking lovely.
Oh, yeah, because at the point where both look absolutely cream crackered, I think you can see it in Alex's face. He is bright red and he looks like he's puffing and blowing. He's probably still got tons left in the tank and he's putting it on, but it's just, it just looks really, it's a good visual. Dragon goes for his Dragon Sleeper and Alex Wright counters it with a fucking jawbreaker.
It's great. It's amazing. It's
sold beautifully.
Yeah.
One German suplex later with a bridge, and we have got a free count and still champion. He gets to dance. Das Wunderkind.
That's it. I'll bridge him, bruv. I'll say he's our friend. You know, we chatted to him. We chat to him in emails and whatnot. You know, the guy is an absolute legend. He's invited us to Germany to do some bits and bobs in the ring.
That could be interesting, yeah.
Man, I'd fucking love that, man. I'd love it. You know, but you know, the guy knows wrestling. He's fantastic. This match is fantastic. Shout out to Ultimo Dragon as well.
Oh, yeah.
There's another point in the match where the Dragon just about to get the sleeper on him. As soon as he puts his hand around him, Alex literally dives for the rope and gets his foot on the rope straight away. It's like, that's how you tell a story based on finishing moves.
That's how you know that is the move. Like, it is the one you avoid, you want to stay away from. Like, really good storytelling. And thankful that we saw that one.
It was a fucking great match. And shout out again to Das Wunderkind, Alex Wright. Listen to our interview with him literally from a couple of weeks back. Fucking great interview, some great stuff in there, some golden bits and bobs. Alex is a top chap, so please go back into our archives and listen to that interview because it's fucking banging.
So Mean Gene is in front of possibly the cheapest looking backdrop in wrestling history.
Yeah, what is it? It's just like looks like a broom cupboard.
Whatever it is, it looks cheap. It looks hilarious. It's like, they're like, oh, this wall needs covering. We'll chuck a couple of blankets over it. Make it look like it's war. What are you saying? What are they trying to do here? Yeah, can we make it look like it's an army base? Yeah, but we spent a lot of money on this hotline.
Yeah. But he talks about them cutting into his money.
Yeah.
When when he's trying to talk about the hotline and he gets interrupted by the NWO. So
Gene does plug the hotline as he does on pretty much every show we do here. I mean, his hotline probably gets more plugs than some of our own shit.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's like fucking.
He's saying that Arn Anderson will be on the hotline, and then 4 members of the NWO just come casually bowling past. You've got Marcus Bag of Dicks Bagwell. I had
That's
to
a
get
shoot
it in
kid.
one time.
That's a shoot kid.
That is a shout to Alan Funk. That is his thing. Six, Conan, Kevin Nash, all the guys in the main event come bowling past Gene, and you hear the slightest commotion, almost like a knock at the door. And then they run out like they've done something terrible. Gene's pretty useless here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, Kurt Hennig, he's down.
Yeah. Someone get someone back here.
Yeah, Kurt Hennig is down after that knock at the door. Must have been a hell of a strong knock or a breeze or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the commentators are now sick with worry that Kurt Hennig won't be able to make the main event.
They're like, get Doug Dillinger out here.
Wow, yeah, I'm already frightened that Doug Dillinger's coming out.
Yeah.
Next up, it is a US title #1 contenders match. It's not really put up on screen as such, but they mention it on commentary about 8 times.
Yes.
And it is possibly the best hair of the show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this match as well.
Jeff Jarrett and his beautiful blonde hair with the lovely Queen Deborah McMichael.
That's right.
Taking on Dean Malenko, Chris's second favorite wrestler.
No, to be fair, I've been a bit mean to Malenko over the years. But in this match, he does do a bit of selling and that. It's great. It's, I think maybe we've watched him on a couple of bad days or whatever. But Malenko is you can't, he's fucking great, man. He can work his ass off.
So can Jeff.
And just so can Jeff, man. And he even says it during his match. He's like, "Hey, this is a wrestling hold right there," but
the only problem I have with this match is that it was put in this position because it does start off as another wrestling match, and it's put right like it is almost a straight sort of wrestling match. It does change, so my point is almost destroyed. But the show pacing for me would have meant you put something with a bit more of a brawl in there anyway.
Should have put Scott Norton and the Giant.
Possibly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That could have gone anywhere and it was just like a throwaway.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeff Jarrett does a lot of stalling. He sends Deborah to the back, which never made sense. And it still doesn't, because when we get to the end, you'll realise it never made sense.
Yeah, I was trying to think
I reckon she needed the toilet.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
She just needed to have a slash. And he's like, go on, fucking, he's trying to sell it like he doesn't need any distractions. Like he doesn't, he's trying to sell it like, look, I don't
She'd had a big lunch.
That's right.
Needed to make room.
That's right. Because also, her husband is the US champion. Whoever wins this match is going to end up facing him.
That's right.
So maybe it was because, but for that reason, didn't want her to be the reason why he won or whatever. I don't know,
Again, this match it's okay. It doesn't really click for me as much. Maybe because we saw the match, I saw the match before. And I thought, oh, this is starting pretty much the same. I'm like, why would you do this? But it has its moments, obviously, and it's probably better than I'm giving it credit for.
No, I thought it was a good match, man. I felt it was but like you say, we'd already had, pretty much on the bounce, 3 pretty good wrestling matches. Chris Jericho, we had the Harlem Heat Steiner match in between, and then we had the TV championship
the Harlem
match.
Heat and Steiner match for me broke up the flow, which gave people time to settle in for another wrestling match.
Like you say, I think the reason is because they could have split it up with something else, but then because it followed that TV title match, you kind of like, okay, more wrestling. But it was genuinely a pretty fucking good match, man.
Double J bottling, crotching himself was one of the funniest things I've seen on this show.
Yeah, he didn't even half do it, did he?
He thought about it for a split second and thought, nope.
Yep.
And then just sort of like dove into the ropes without getting his knackers caught on the...
Double J was only recently in WCW at this point.
Oh, that is a good question.
Because
in for 96.
Yeah, because he came in and they're selling the story that he wanted to be in the Horsemen.
He did, yeah.
And the reason why he was doing the strutting and the figure 4 stuff is because he idolized Ric Flair. But it's like, well, no, he was doing that in WWF like for years. He's been doing it. But
a way to get it to the TV. I don't know.
Well, WWF, he had them over a barrel because he was the Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, this was much later, wasn't it? Because in 99 or 2099, I think it was, he had that match for China, didn't he?
Was it 99?
Yeah.
Where he went back? But then he ended up in WCW again in the 2000-2001.
Yeah,
Yes, right. Slapnuts.
He leaves WCW in late 97.
Yeah.
Comes to the WWF as like the NWA North American champion or some shit like that.
Right. I remember now. Yeah, you're right.
98. Because he's wearing that weird blue, white, and orange outfit. And then I think he sticks around until 99, where he loses to China.
Yeah, but his contract was up,
yeah,
and he had the strap, and they wanted him to do a job. Yeah, and he ended up fucking milking them.
yeah.
Because yeah, and literally like, he said, "Look, I'm not doing it unless you pay me, boy."
Yeah,
and he done it. Yeah, they paid him a lot of money for that.
So it's a great sequence in near falls. I will say that. Like they really do go in head first on this. It's brilliantly done. I can't fault it for a second. It's smooth. It's just wonderful.
Good. Great wrestling.
Deborah does make her way back out. Again, doesn't really do a lot.
No, she doesn't really get involved. She nearly gets taken out by a baseball slide.
Yeah. So she's there. But Jeff wins it with a figure four and moves on to his number one contender shot with Mongo, which would happen later on. I can't even remember when it happens, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't my favorite match on this show, but you said yourself like you didn't mind it. So
no, I mean it wasn't my favorite. Obviously, that's Wunderkind retaining the title was my favorite match of the show. But it was a really good match. If you watch it with fresh eyes after the other wrestling match, like I say, it was good. But it's not your typical Jeff Jarrett match either.
No.
But when you're wrestling Malenko, when in Rome, there
was the Malenkos do, yeah.
That's exactly it, bruv.
The NWO have purchased some time. I did always love those little bits where they said that the NWO have just bought this time. They, we're not giving it to them. They paid for it.
Yeah.
It is the four guys in the main event. Buff, Nash, Six, Conan. They've got a plan. They want to retire the Horsemen, and they end it with it would be an honor of that shit. Like, their whole parody shtick. Which I think they thought was more over than it actually was, because it really wasn't.
No, I mean, fucking, you got Bagwell there, like, giving it large. It's for me, it's not my favorite.
Bagwell's had a rough week on our show.
Of course he has, but it's not my best iteration of the NWO, if I'm honest with you. I mean, weren't the Steiners in the NWO at this point?
No.
No?
No, they weren't. Like I said, there were other people in the NWO that probably could have been in this match, like Savage and Hall, but they weren't. It was maybe that's why that's why it didn't sell. Like your main event was Waltman, Bagwell, Conan, and Nash. Like that's not a main event team. Like I'm sorry, it's just not. Like Nash is a main eventer probably.
Conan at this time, 100%.
Conan isn't.
Yeah.
Bagwell, man, I mean, we've spoken about missed opportunity with Bagwell many times, and he was getting over and over and over, like as Buff, and he stagnated pretty hard. And Six Waltman, again, not a main eventer. Main event he had was with Brett on like Raw one time, like 3 or whatever. But yeah, not a main event. I mean, I love Sean Waltman. Like, I think he's got some, some
good worker
in there. Yeah, like, but
not
the main event sort of players you'd expect. But let's skip back to before we get to the main event to this next match, because this tag match is fucking hilarious.
It is hilarious.
No sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
because it's two heel teams clearly. It is Raph and Mortis with James Vandenberg against the Faces of Fear, Barbarian, and the scariest motherfucker in all of pro wrestling, Meng.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is Raph and Mortis. This is their thing. Mortis, obviously, played by Chris Kanyon. Chris Kanyon is mentioned on our show last week by Alan Kwee Funk and that whole Dark Side of the Ring thing. And it did leave us asking questions as to why they spoke to the people they did on that show.
Yeah.
Alan said himself there were plenty of other people they could have spoke to, plenty of people that lived at Canyon's house. You know, Vandenberg was obviously a great get because they were tight, but wow, the rest of it, I mean, go back and listen to it yourself because Alan was there. Alan knows. And
Right.
he made very, very good sense on that.
It's food for thought for sure. When you watch the Dark Side of the Ring Chris Kanyon episode and you see the individuals they have on there talking about him, even we thought when we watched it, what the fuck do these guys know about his career, really? You know, they literally maybe knew him. You know, I'd like to say we don't know, but we've had it confirmed by Alan Kwee Funk that there were plenty of other people that could have given a lot more information. He said even DDP was being a little bit holding the bits back, bruv. You know, but who's DDP dealing with a lot at the moment?
Yes, we did take a slight conspiracy dive on that show,
yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring, and it could be justifiably so.
I think so.
Like we said, there were plenty of other people they could have spoke to. They chose not to. They chose to speak to their buddies.
Yeah.
And that's maybe we should leave it there.
Yeah, listen to our interview with Alan Kwee Funk and you'll get a better idea.
It looked like Barbarian was laying in those body shots a little heavy.
Yeah, he was going in, man. He was stiff as, stiff as you like.
And Ming and Wrath's brawling, I mean, was, and I've got it here, just greater than Adam Cole Luchasaurus. Because you've seen the slow-mos of those two going at it. I'm sure you've seen the videos and clips online of Adam Cole Luchasaurus, and for those that are listening, I'm waving my arm around very slowly because they look like shit.
Yeah.
And Ming and Wrath looked like they wanted to rip each other's head off. They clearly didn't, but that's what it looked like. And it was damn good.
Again, well, I mean, they would have known each other as well when Wrath was Adam Bomb. Maybe Haku was still around in WWF at that time, was he? No, he was gone.
Yeah. But still, I mean, we'll get to Wrath in a minute. But we get to a point in this match where there is a back body drop into a power bomb, and the fans pop for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking mad. The double team from the Faces of Fear look pretty. Think of Demolition when they would go in and double team someone, but think of that amped up maybe a couple of extra points. It looks vicious. It looks so good. I'm not sure who the babyface are in this match.
No.
I'm not sure anyone else was sure.
No, it was one of them ones.
Vandenberg crotches Barbarian on the top rope.
Yeah.
Barbarian clearly saw Jeff Jarrett and thought, no, fuck it, I'm doing it.
I'm going in, bruv. Yeah. Balls of steel.
Literally balls of steel. And then we get the net breaker sit out powerbomb. Again, innovative shit. Like it's really cool. Again, not a long match, but if you're going to watch this and watch the show and see what we're thinking and see if we're wrong or whatever. Like take time to watch this one.
It was funny because when the match started, we know that the Mortis character is a twist on Reptile from Mortal Kombat, and when the match started, he was there in the stance like that, like the beginning of Mortal Kombat. He's like, fight, before when they're doing that. So he was going in. He was living the gimmick, man. He was going in.
Wrath is flying around like a cruiserweight at times. He's putting himself on show. He's on pay-per-view, and he's showing us why he should be on there.
He talks about the Kanyon Dark Side of the Ring on a recent Hannibal interview.
Why the fuck didn't you call him? Like, again, we try not to go back to it, but
yeah,
his tag team partner. Like,
Yeah.
fucking hell. And now we've already seen the electric chair drop kick. Why not have the electric chair superplex?
Yeah, it was mental.
Yeah.
It was mental.
Electric chair superplex.
And pointless.
It was a bit pointless because it looked like it hurt Canyon's nethers as well.
Yeah.
He was holding his boys for a bit. Maybe a bit too long. It looked like it really hurt.
Yeah, it was, pointless, but it looks sick.
Hot tag to Ming, who is now clearly the baby face of the match. He is the hero because he does a fucking superfly splash.
Yeah.
And he even pops the hands for it as well.
Brother.
Man, I was this was a fun match and a decent finish because for some reason Vandenberg gets up on the apron again. He gets caught in the Tongan death grip. So does Mortis.
Yeah.
Again, the fans are behind me.
Yeah.
Maybe they're worried he's going to kick the shit out of them in the car park.
Or pop their eyes out. Yeah.
If they don't cheer for him, yeah.
That's right.
But Raph manages to sneak up from behind, hit Ming with what is called the death penalty.
That's right.
It looked suspiciously like a rock bottom.
Yeah, it was.
And it's a 3 count. And I mean, yeah, fair play. Well, it was a fun little match. Wasn't too long. It was action packed. It was full of heavy duty brawling. And for some reason, the big guys were flying around like cruiserweights.
Yeah, there was some innovative moves. There was some brawling. There was, it was a bit messy, a bit scrappy, but that was all right, man. It's fun.
Not hating
Wrestling's supposed to be fun.
Mean Gene is with the 3 horsemen. Benoit decides to drag Nash for his amount of gimmicks.
Yes, he does. Which is funny. I mean, Benoit's got some bars in this.
He drags Nash for his gimmicks. Mongo talks about Armageddon and Apocalypse with War Games coming, and Flair just goes full Flair.
Yeah, Flair is brilliant in this as well. He goes full Flair. Yeah. Benoit also talks about buff. Well, we know what the buff stands for, or something like that.
We know what the buff is about, yeah.
We know what the buff is about. Do we? I don't know.
Should ask Alan.
Yeah, maybe he was talking about roids or whatever. I don't know.
Buffing things. I don't know.
Buff. Yeah, well, maybe we don't know.
Frightening. Scott Flash Norton, giant fucker against the Giant. The Giant gets a nice pop from having no music.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see what the fucking point of this match is, though, bruv.
I've got written right next to a throwaway. It's a throwaway match, and yeah, it is. However, the commentary booth make a very good point as to why nobody would be stepping in or stepping up. Like, it's like they've outthought the bookers on this.
Yeah, but they're saying why is the team the team?
Why would you bring light to this when the booking team haven't?
Yeah.
I was like, someone's going to get a bollocking when they get back there.
Being too real.
But yeah, that was just something that was going on whilst this match was going on. It was, again, decent lockups. Giant showing superior power over Scott Norton, although Norton looks like he's made out of bricks.
Yeah, Norton's beating the shit out of the Giant, and the Giant's bumping all over the place as well. He's bumping to the outside, off the apron.
We do get a low blow in this match, which doesn't make any sense. The ref looks at it and goes, "No, carry on."
Yeah, you're right. Crack on, son.
And then we get this massive slingshot from Scott Norton he lifts the Giant into the air and catch him on the top rope, and it's like, and the Giant's been packing on the pound since 1996.
Yeah,
or 95 even. Like, he's getting bigger and bigger, and you'll notice that because Kevin Nash dropped him on his head in a few months' time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of years, and then he ends up in WWE.
Yeah, he does.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
That's a good show.
It's a good. We should review that one.
Out of nowhere, the Giant is laying on the floor. He lifts his hand up, starts screaming, I guess, or shouting, And then he holds on to the rope, does this nip up, and he's hulking out.
Yeah, he literally puts his hand in the air like he's going to choke slam someone, grabs the rope, and then kips up, which looked sick.
It looks good. And then he choke slams Norton and we're out of there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, he hulked up and won it. The best part of it was Bobby the Brain describing the choke slam. He says, "Oh, it's part esophagus, part part this, part that."
He's like, he's got his Adam's apple part, and grabs his Adam's apple part esophagus.
Yeah,
it's good.
He pressed the button for the top floor as he's lifting him up. I thought it was pretty.
Yeah,
good.
Fucking Bobby, man, great.
Yeah, still got some great moves in him. Like, even as he's getting bored of it, which it could happen. Next up, where are we? We are at DDP and Lex Luger against Randy Savage and Scott Hall with Miss Elizabeth or Liz or whatever you want to call her.
Yeah.
And fuck me, Larry Zbyszko is burying Scott Hall here.
Oh, like a fucking... it's literally from the word go.
He brought his shovel with him for this.
Yeah, he's burying the fuck out of him.
He's saying that Liz has got better muscles than Scott Hall, better calves, and
he's like, there's an easy way to beat this guy.
Yeah, And I think this is where we're going to talk about lockups again.
Yeah, it is, because the first lockup is great. It's Scott Hall and
Lex.
Yeah, great lockup, man. Straight, and it is a tussle. It's great.
Lex is a close second for our ICO Pro Awards this week. For those of you that are catching up or haven't, or decided to skip something, Scott Steiner was the winner. Scott Steiner is always the winner. All hail
if he's
Scott
on,
Steiner.
If he's on the show, he's the winner.
Yeah.
That's it. 9 times out of 10, unless there's a very rare occasion where he doesn't win that he's on the show.
Something that came to my head, because my mind sometimes trails off and listens to other things. They were talking. Larry says that these guys didn't. They came from Savage comes from tradition and shouldn't be aligned with the NWO and all this and they came to it's in my head. Savage didn't come from tradition. Savage was part of a crew with his dad and that was running rogue shows against Memphis.
And then turning up in Memphis and ripping the place to shreds.
Yeah, so he's not come from tradition. I was just like, damn it, Larry, you're wrong.
God damn it, Larry. Do you see what happens, Larry, when you fuck a stranger in the ass? Sorry, quote from one of my favorite films.
I forget how well Scott Hall can go.
Scott Hall, we have said this before, that Razor Ramon was fucking great. When people say, oh, the ladder match at WrestleMania against Shawn Michaels, was it Shawn just having a match with a ladder? No, painful. Man.
Fucking painful.
Yeah, it's fucking Scott Hall can go, man. And Scott Hall had a great match as well against Alex Wright when he got chucked out the NWO. We spoke about it in our interview with Alex Wright. Scott Hall can work, bro. Like he's been brought into the business by Dusty Rhodes. Brought him into the business. Dusty did.
Magnum Scott Hall, right?
Yeah, bro. He came in. Dusty Rhodes bought him his first pair of boots.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he was helped by Hennig as well. Mr. Perfect. They were good friends. Apparently, Perfect came up with the whole gimmick as well. The Razor, yeah. But so he's been up and down the roads talking about the business in the cars. He knows the psychology of the business. He can work his ass off. He's very, very good. Scott Hall, he can, despite being buried by Larry Zbyszko, he can go, man, and the lock up straight away. They're telling the story.
It's it's really good. Hall gets a real sort of time to shine in this. Crowd are really into DDP. This match takes a weird turn. I will say that.
Yeah, it's the ending was a bit shit. It was,
shit, but the middle part in particular, where Scott Hall decides to stomp Luger between the two rings,
yeah,
and just keep stomping him in,
yeah,
like until you can't see Luger anymore.
He's literally lying in between the two rings. Yeah,
this was also the match where I saw the thing in the crowd where Luger comes out and flexing, and in the back, in behind on the hard camera, there's just like 8 or 9 guys with no shirt on flexing. I thought, that's weird.
it is weird. That's weird.
What up to?
We're going to be doing that at the wrestling show in this month. Me and you are just going to be flexing front row.
I'm going to keep my shirt on, probably just have my trousers off or something instead.
You can leave your hat on.
Which one? Because I've got a couple.
Sombrero. We've also got some Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops trucker caps as well.
Yes, I did leave it on the stairs. In the other room.
I haven't got mine around me either, but they're very cool.
This will do. This is fine. Where were we? Okay. Yeah. So he stomps Luger between the two rings, and as you notice that Liz is getting involved.
Yeah. Holding DDP's hair and everything. Yeah.
I didn't think she was she was all sweetness and light. What's happened?
No, she was her and woman together. The gruesome twosome.
Yeah. Too busy G'ing up Gene, weren't they?
Oh, good memories, man. Liz and woman with Mean Gene. Too
busy giving Mean Gene the business.
Fucking love all that. Wow.
This match has descended into chaos. It's gone to shit.
Oh, there's referees getting bumped and knocked out.
Hall again making me laugh. He cleans out one ref. The other ref comes in to check on said ref. And Scott Hall just casually, tiptoeing around him to lay another stomp on this. Fucking amazing.
He gives a crotch chop as well, the old suck it over the referee, like fucking
I think
great stuff.
They tried to ban them from doing that because they thought it wasn't heelish. It was too babyface.
What, the crotch chopping?
Ban, like the NWO from doing it because it was too, and it was something that was turning up on another show.
Yeah.
So, they didn't particularly like it, but Hall didn't give a fuck, did he?
Yeah, of course not.
Larry Zbyszko starts going into crazy Larry mode because he has had enough. He's like, someone needs to do something. Someone needs to do that. Oh, bollocks, I'm going to do it. Off comes
pretty much it.
Now, I'd forgotten how over Larry is.
Oh, yeah.
Across WCW in 97, especially with the stuff with Scott Hall. And the fans are fucking going mental for Larry to get down to the ring and to have it out with Scott Hall. Like,
he's definitely over in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah. But again, if you go back and watch any Nitro from 97, the beginning bit where they're focused on the commentary booth, Larry has to take his headset off and take a bow because they're just chanting for him.
Yeah. Great.
Like, second hour, they switch to Heenan and they start calling him a weasel. He gives him a little nod. But yeah, Larry would have to go and quieten the crowd down.
Yeah. It's like basically the version of the English football chant, like Larry gives a wave, Larry gives a wave. It's literally that, isn't it?
So Larry decides to get up on the apron. He is remonstrating with Scott Hall.
There's stuff being chucked in the ring as well.
Hall
Loads
is
of stuff.
Begging him to get in the ring. Larry's tentative at best because he can see Luger climbing from in between the rings. It would have been better if Luger had a bloody face and looked like Vince when he popped up from underneath the ring at WrestleMania 19. But
bro, that was pure gold moment. That gives me a semi-on thinking about that moment. Cinematography.
Luger just, manages to climb up from between the rings. Larry's well ahead of this. He gets a little shove from Hall. He shoves him back into a roll-up. We have Larry, for some reason, dishing out a fast count.
Yeah.
And the fans pop for the 3 count. And the WCW commentary team say, that's it. We make our own rules. You make yours as well.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, the NWO, they're at war, bro. They're at war right now.
They say that a lot. They are at war. This is a war. It's a weird match with a weird finish, but because people are so fucking over in the match, you tend to just roll with it.
Yeah.
That's what happens. It happens a lot in the Attitude Era. Someone's so over, it doesn't matter what the fuck happens. They were going to embalm Steve Austin one week. Nobody cared. It was like, fuck it. The glass hits, let's go crazy.
Yeah.
That's just when you're on top, you can do no wrong.
That's right.
And that is not innuendo.
Innuendo?
Yeah. Who's endo? Let's move it on to Mean Gene, who again plugs the fucking hotline. I'm sick of it now. Every other week it seems
he's got to make his money.
Plugging it as well. Is Gene still making money off this?
Yeah. There's a Halloween Havoc ad as well.
They plug Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc, which is Randy Savage in Slim Jim gear.
But Randy Savage also says, "Rest in peace." The Undertaker's line. You notice that?
I did. Maybe it's just a Halloween thing. Maybe it's not so much as a slight on the Undertaker. I don't think it would be, because Taker hasn't caused any problems with WCW.
Tyson Fury.
It's Mean Mark.
No, but Tyson Fury said it, didn't he, this weekend before the fight? He's there. He's like, the Undertaker, I've got your hat on. That is, I'm going to make him rest in peace.
Absolutely, yeah. Shout out to Tyson Fury for knocking out Deontay Wilder for a second time. That was
a great fight, man. It was a good fight.
A hell of a fight. I set my alarm. I got up at 5 a.m. to watch that. We could talk boxing off the thing, but do you think that was a really fucking slow count as well for Tyson? I'm not worried about slow counts. There's always going to be conspiracies from that side. What I will say is that, shout out to Big E as well for doing the entrances for both fighters. Big E's making moves. WWE champion at the minute, going mainstream. He's doing all sorts of mad shit. Good for him. Man.
He's got a TikTok missus as well, apparently.
I don't know about that. They have got a film or an interactive game on Netflix, Escape the Undertaker. I tried it out. It's a bit weird, but fuck it, it's fun.
I was gonna, man. I've not done it yet, but I did. Yeah, I did see you pointed that out to me a few weeks back.
Yeah, it's a good laugh. I had a good few minutes looking at that. It's not long. It's only like half an hour, but with all the sort of interactive bits, you can play again and watch again and pick the other things. So
was it the New Day as well, isn't it?
The New Day with it. Yeah, New Day and the Undertaker. So
I still miss fucking, boom, 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 man. I'm not
having that.
Nah, bollocks. I fucking miss it. When his theme tune dropped, the crowd would pop, dude.
They pop now.
Yeah, I know, but the pop with the boom, 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 don't give a shit, bro. Sorry. Anyway,
shout out to Tyson Fury, still undefeated, still the number one boxer in the world, heavyweight boxer in the world.
What can you say?
Gypsy King does it again.
Get up there, my boy.
Whilst we're here, shout out to Boxing Social as well. I will do that because he's a boxing man.
Yeah.
They're a good team. If you're gonna go and watch, it's relevant right now. They're making paper over there with their boxing videos and their wrap-ups and all that. They do have podcasts on YouTube as well. So go and check them out if you're a boxing fan. If you're not, don't worry about it. That's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, Boxing Social, check them out. Friend of the show. But yeah, shout out to fucking Tyson Fury, man. It was a good fight.
Yeah, very good. And
to be honest, Deontay Wilder showed some heart, bro. He got beaten up, you know what I mean? But he showed heart, man.
He got battered again, but the fourth round was his chance, and it was Fury down a couple of times. He should have maybe capitalized, but towards the end he was Donald ducked beyond belief.
Do you reckon he broke his hand or not?
Oh, I don't know. It could have happened. Chances are you're throwing that many punches, you might break something.
Yeah. Anyway, no, we're
Yeah.
not a wrestling podcast. We're not a boxing
We're not a
podcast.
boxing podcast. We just want to shout out Tyson Fury, who has been in the WWE rings a couple of times.
Mate, I saw a post on one of the AEW groups after the fight saying, "Oh, what do you reckon? We see Tyson Fury if we could get him into AEW." And all the AEW fans are just like, "No, no, no!" You know, it's just like, bro, he ain't going to fucking.
Why have a legitimate world champion on your show?
Bro, do you know how much WWE paid Tyson Fury?
A lot, yeah.
Bruv, we're talking like tens of millions of pounds.
Tens of millions. Well, it was a Saudi show, wasn't it? So maybe.
Bruv, there's the figure of 40 million being chucked about.
Oh,
Bruv,
again, it was a Saudi show. Who knows what money goes in there?
honestly, mate, like they said that he got 40 million for that fight, for that bout with Taker. Was it Taker? No, Strowman, that's it. Yeah. There was 40 million apparently. That's what I've heard. Maybe $40 million, which would be what, 20 million quid?
Oh no, way more than that. You're looking at 30 plus.
Well, 30 million odd quid. Yeah, but that's what I've heard.
Well, I mean, boxing was relevant for a minute there because Michael Buffer is here.
Yeah, dude.
The most well-paid announcer in all of boxing, I'm sure.
Brother, I mean, how much money has he made? He was there at the UFC as well in the beginning.
The man with the catchphrase.
Yeah. And he's also in my favorite wrestling movie, Ready to Rumble.
That's your favorite wrestling movie.
Yeah, I mean, what else have we got? We've got
No
wrestling with... Huh?
No
I was barred, yeah, I suppose.
Or, the real best sort of wrestling movie, The Wrestler.
The Wrestler, Beyond the Mat. Documentary.
Yeah, documentary,
Wrestling with Shadows.
I think The Wrestler is probably the one for me.
I do enjoy The Wrestler. It's a good film.
But yeah, it's not the same without William Regal or shouting War Games. I'm sorry, it's just not.
Yeah,
it's only good when he does it, not just just go, oh, War Games. No, I want Regal going War Games.
That's right.
Yeah, like fuck.
Well, at this time, William Regal is in WCW.
They should have gone to do it.
Yeah, man, he was there.
Bastards. They probably would have had to pay him double.
Yeah.
Something that gets on my nerves every time we watch a War Games. Every time I watch a War Games, I don't think we've done many War Games covers just yet.
No.
Every time there's a War Games, they have a coin toss. Does a babyface team ever win the fucking thing?
No.
Just say the heel team's going in first.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, you don't have to go through the rigmarole of a coin toss.
A kayfabe one.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. And they don't even put it on camera just in case this is a literal thing. They didn't put it on camera because they were worried that the coin flip would go the wrong way.
Yeah, but even they say, oh, they've probably got a double-sided coin. Even the commentary team, just get a double-sided coin.
Yeah.
How hard is that? Get them from any fucking joke shop. Come on.
A joke shop's still a thing?
I think so.
Well, yeah.
Every time you go to like Oxford Circus or whatever, there's always guys with the stalls selling like the magic tricks and all that.
Away, isn't it?
Huh?
Only a couple of minutes away from here.
It's only stone's throw, mate. You know what I mean? Near the Trocadero.
It's like Cardiff.
That's right. Stone's throw. 10 minutes.
Which could be on our agenda quite soon.
Oh, bro, yes, we could be there. We could be there watching a WWE show.
Let's see if they make it official. So it's main event time. It's War Games. It's NWO, WCW, NWO against the Horsemen. It's Six, Buff Bagwell, Conan, Kevin Nash, as we mentioned before, against Ric Flair, the greatest US champion of this night, Mongo, Chris Benoit, and Kurt Hennig. So again, like it doesn't feel main eventy.
No, like I say, I didn't enjoy this. I mean, it was all right, but it didn't have that. What can I say? It kind of felt like it was just chucked together. It wasn't.
I mean, fucking Waltman's wearing jeans in this.
Yeah,
right.
Smart casual at least, bro. What are you doing?
I'm not saying wear a tuxedo to the
Yeah,
main event, but
smart
look the
casual.
part. Yeah,
Wearing denim.
fucking jeans.
Could have boys owned it or whatever. Double denim. No, Bewitched.
I thought that was the Canadian tuxedo.
That was it. Double denim.
I'm sure someone said that about Brett. He's in a Canadian tuxedo and he's wearing like all denim. It's like, I mean, he looks badass in front.
He looks badass. That's in front of that. In front that you can buy a suit with that print all over it.
Yeah,
amazing.
So Buff and Benoit start, and poor old Bagwell has got a bump big. He is throwing himself into the cage. And
Bagwell bumps big.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He is launching himself into.
Yeah, he's doing well.
And I'll give him credit for that. And yeah, like it's about a 3-minute ass kicking of this 5-minute period. You'll never guess who won the coin toss. It was only the heel team that were jumping around like goons because it probably wasn't even a coin toss. It's probably like, who's got the shortest bit of grass in their hand or something like that. Some shit like that.
Short straws.
Might as well play some dice. I'll roll the highest number. Anything but that. But yeah. NWO win the coin toss. Conan comes in. Benoit fights him off for a hot minute. Again, this is another match that it doesn't get going till everyone's in. Like literally, you cannot win the match until everybody's in. So,
it's for me. These matches they're too predictable. They try to, they try to have it sometimes where you've got the guy who's on his own has a nice little comeback against the two, or the two have the comeback against the three, or whatever. But it's just like
this was horribly predictable.
Yeah, right, come on, let's just fucking get to where we're getting, which is the last ones are coming in, and then it's 4 versus 3, and because we're forgetting Henning never turned up with Benoit, Mongo, and Flair. No. So it was only ever 4 versus 3, and everyone's like, well, where's Henning? Because he was laid out or whatever.
Look like, does it?
No, there was only 3. So, where's Henning, basically?
Now, I will say this about Mongo, his bit in this match, his cameo here, if you will, for 2 minutes. Mongo looks like a star.
Oh, he's good. No, he
cleaned house like an absolute fucking player.
He's doing good.
The chop blocks and all that, it all looks good. And that can be probably down to Conan and Bagwell selling for him too. But Mongo, again, long matches were never Mongo's best thing, like short bursts of cleaning house. And even Flair said, this guy on his, on his leisure days wears a Super Bowl ring. Like, he's the guy's he's an athlete, he's a winner. Like, he just looks the part.
Yeah.
And he does. He cleans house. It looks like Benoit is having a little too much fun chopping Buff Bagwell.
Yeah, he's fucking laying him on thick, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he is having the absolute time of his life chopping Bagwell's chest. The poor fucker.
Legit. Not as bad as that guy in the Royal Rumble.
Daniel Puder, yes.
Daniel Puder. Was that 2005, isn't it?
Yeah, Benoit, Guerrero, and
I bought that on DVD.
Enough's Resident Bully, Hardcore Holly.
I bought that on DVD recently in CEX. Shout out to CEX, bruv. It was like £4 for Royal Rumble 2005. I saw it. I was like, ooh, that's that Daniel Puder one. Like, because shit like that, they will take off the network, bro. Like, or they'll, or they might do, because you never know how the world's going. And I will always say, people.
Let's be honest. This is casual hazing, bullying. That Rumble 2005, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good Rumble as well. Don't get me wrong. Like.
Yeah, it was a good. So buy your DVDs, guys. Buy your VHSs, man. Fucking stock up on your hard copies, because it's all well and good having the network, and we've got the network and we watch it and whatever. But if one day, the network isn't there, you're fucked, mate, because literally WWE owns everything. everything.
Well,
They own,
we'll have to chip in and buy it then if there's a problem.
bro. They fucking own the lot, mate.
Yeah. 6, Sean Waltman, Kid, X-Pac, whatever. You know, there's quite a few names there, isn't it? It's almost Beefcake style.
I was going to say, he's Ed Leslie. He's getting there.
He comes in, and before he can even, you know, take a breath in there, he's getting chopped up by Benoit.
He gets thrown on the ceiling.
Yes, he does. Mongo launches him into orbit.
Yeah.
He hits the ceiling and comes crashing down. And it's good. It's a really cool spot. I'll give you.
Yeah, it's lovely, really man. Cool. Look good.
And the fans are into it. The fans, it is Horseman country. We did mention that at the beginning of the show. Kurt Hennig does arrive.
In a sling.
In a sling, of all things. Yeah, he gets his ass kicked, apparently, by a knock on the door. And that has broken his arm.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever wrote this, designed it, needed a good sharp slap. Let's be honest.
I mean, there could have been a bit more footage of him being beaten up and them like slamming his arm in a door. But the thing is, the whole point of it, well, I mean, we'll see in the end of why we didn't see him getting beaten up.
Yeah, Hennig tries to get in before Ric Flair. Ric Flair says no. Flair goes in. The Horsemen are dominating here at this point. They have completely taken over the match.
Yeah.
Again, you can't win. So what's the point? You might as well sit on each side of the cage until it's time to actually go for it. The big angry man comes in next, Kevin Nash. He's trying to look menacing. I don't feel it when he tries to look angry and menacing. He's like, you're still, don't look that bad, man. Like, like the visuals and all that, the facial sort of expressions, it just doesn't work. I don't know why. It just makes me laugh. It's like he's not conveying that he's a badass or he's a killer as such. He's just, oh, it's Diesel.
It's Diesel, yeah. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big lad, isn't
he? Yeah.
Fans are chanting for Sting, not in the match. Ric Flair gives up all hope and starts whacking people in the beans. That's just
2 nut shots.
Yeah, couple of shots to the meat and veg.
Yeah.
And then Kurt Hennig does come in because the 2 minutes are up, and Kurt Hennig comes in, takes the sling off. Fans are cheering. He starts waving these handcuffs around. And again, it's just so rushed. He just goes and whacks Mongo.
Yeah.
Turned heel. It's done. Were they running out of time?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know, but when you've got someone like Kurt Hennig turning heel and joining the NWO, do you know what I would have thought? He was wearing a 4 Horsemen t-shirt. I think he should have had an NWO one underneath and just fucking ripped it off.
I was wondering if he was going to do it, and he didn't. He just ripped the Horseman shirt up in front of the camera.
Yeah.
The NWO do get the upper hand because it's now essentially 5-on-3. Mongo and Benoit are cuffed to the cage. They are told to surrender by NWO, by Nash and by Bagwell. Benoit just keeps spitting in their faces, which is fucking disgusting.
It is gross, yeah, especially in these times now. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, war games, but with masks on.
Yeah, that's right. Don't spit in my mouth, please.
Not allowed on in the cage unless you've got your Corona mask.
That's right.
You imagine,
social distancing.
You imagine, they get to the ring, they're about to go and they go, "You've been vaccinated, mate." Yeah, Benoit, like Mongo, I can't even remember what Mongo said now. He just
but Benoit says, "Eat me,
bite me." Yeah,
bite me. Mongo says, "No."
Yeah,
no.
Took him a while to learn that line.
Yeah, no.
But again, like it's a bold choice to not give up when your teammate is now 5-on-1. So they go dark. They decide that, oh fuck it, we'll slam his head in the cage then.
Yeah.
You lot quit, or I'm going to slam his head into this cage, or slam the door on his head.
Yeah.
Mongo quits, and then the NWO do it anyway.
Does Mongo quit?
I think it's Mongo. Yeah, I think he says or something like, "Yeah, that's it," or I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, they say yeah. If you don't give up, what you go, yeah, all right, stop it, make it stop or something.
Yeah.
Let's stop it, yeah. So
They
it doesn't
they
say
do it anyway.
yeah.
They slam the cage door on Ric Flair's head. The commentary team, for good or bad, take a somber tone and start acting like Flair's career's over and he's dead, which is poor taste. Maybe. I know you're selling it. I know you're selling it, and like I said already, that WCW could like really do no wrong at this point with some of their shit, but this was a pretty weak angle. It was, they're trying to sell that Flair's done after this, and let's face it, he was wrestling in 2008. Yeah, NWO get the win, I guess, and they before you can do anything, they're rolling the credits.
I was going to say the credits roll really quickly. It really does end. Maybe it did go over, or whatever. They said, look, you've got to go home now.
Yeah, possibly that they were running out of time because the credits do come. There's no celebration for the NWO. You don't see any of that. You don't see the rubbish usually getting thrown at the ring. It's just, no, fuck it, we're finished, out.
Yeah, it literally was. It was really abrupt.
Maybe the Burger King shut in like half hour.
Yeah, maybe the Waffle House or whatever.
Yeah. But that was it. That's Full Brawl. That's 97. That's, an okay show, which had some
bad.
Great matches and some weird matches. Some shit, really.
Oh, there's some dog shit for sure.
But that's how it works most of the time in some of these wrestling shows. You get some gold, and not every match is going to be brilliant.
No.
And it's not always going to have a good finish, and it's not always going to have a great story to it. And this main event didn't. And I'm not advocating that they should have put, Alex Wright and Ultimo Dragon in the main event. That would be foolish. But, this match just did not go over. I mean, again, you're beating the Horsemen in their strongholds. It was... I know they were trying to break down the Horsemen to build them up, but stuff got in the way. But there's a way to do it, and that's not it.
It was fragmented. It was bitty. It was rushed. It was... Yeah, it wasn't as it could have been.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, unless Chris has got something to add to this show, this wonderful Full Brawl.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll put it in the book.
Yeah, I mean, it weren't a bad show. It was, pretty much it was a good show. But like you say, sometimes you're going to get pockets of crapola in it, and this one just so happened to be the main event or whatever. Wasn't really amazing, but it was a War Games. You got 2 rings under a massive fucking cage. Yay.
Chris selling War Games, to everyone there.
That's it. That's the pitch. 2 rings under cage.
So yeah, that's it. And we, let us know what you think if you decided to watch it, or if you just took our word for it. I mean, it's a bold choice.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't take our word for it. Watch the show. Yeah, if you've got time, watch the show. If you're a fan of wrestling, sometimes I don't. I mean, I speak for. I mean, we watch a lot of old wrestling, but I don't know how much old wrestling many new wrestling fans watch.
Probably not a lot.
There's
so much wrestling on TV now, so it's and there's so many companies and indie stuff and all that like people don't have the time, so we're doing everyone a favor.
Yeah, but make time. Watch fucking Full Brawl. I mean, we don't know what we're going to do next, do we? It's probably going to be
not. Why would we? That would mean forward planning.
Yeah.
We fly by the seat sometimes. If someone says they want to talk to us, we'll talk to them.
Yeah, that's true. Like, we have random plans of stuff sometimes, but I mean, we've spoke about some Valentine's Day massacre in your house. Could do that.
Sounds like a hell of a fucking plan.
Because we've done the first in your house, and that was the last one.
Although, Yes, we could. I think we can sneak in a WWF show before we get to Halloween,
Yeah.
because Halloween is pretty much speaks for itself.
Yeah, we got to do a Havoc. You know what I mean?
Put a mask on and see what happens. What O.J. Simpson said, wasn't it?
Oh, shit, son.
Let's put gloves on and see what happens.
Yeah, that's right. No, if the glove don't fit, you got to acquit, though.
Oh, yeah.
So...
There you go. We're not at all advocating that that's how you get away with stuff.
I swear he wrote a book that said, "What if I had done it?" Swear he wrote a book.
No, did he really?
Yeah, no, Cat Williams. I'm a huge Cat Williams fan.
Yeah.
And he's got a bit where he says, and he goes, yeah. And then he came out and wrote a book that was called "What If I Had Done It?" And he's like, motherfucker, what if you shut the fuck up? So yeah, like, you know, it's yeah. Anyway, I don't know how we got to OJ Simpson.
We got to OJ Simpson from somewhere, yeah. But let's think about wrapping this up. Let's
wrap it up.
Thank you to everyone for sticking around. Thank you for listening. You know, welcome back to the reviews. I know we've had a couple of interviews, so you know the reviews do tend to move to the side for stuff like that. It's only for timing. It's nothing like that. We don't like this. We're definitely not giving up on the reviews because these minutes just flew by.
Oh yeah, but you know, when we get people get back to us and they say they've got availability, we've got to kind of make ourselves available. So that's like Jordan's saying, sometimes the reviews get pushed aside, like a pair of knickers on a prom night.
There it is.
So there's a criticism for you. Thanks to the bubblepanda.com for their lovely products. Get on that, thebubblepanda.com. Get their boxes sent to you. Zenpop.jp. Click our link in the description. Use our promo code of Grapple to get $5 off.
That's worldwide, baby.
Worldwide.
Absolutely right. Worldwide. Don't forget to slap the bells, like, comment, subscribe, do what you want. Like, you know, that's cool.
Do it. We have got Chat Grapple and Cheap Pops podcast on tour coming to your screens very soon.
That's right.
We are going to be going to a wrestling show. We don't know who's on the show. Maybe we might get a little mystery guest on the show. Sometimes in the UK, they do end up bringing some guys over. You never know. We're going to try and get some interviews. We're going to try and get backstage. We do have some links in the wrestling business. And we will be going to shows, hopefully, with our Mr. Miyagi, a.k.a. Sunset Skip. On that. He could smuggle us into the dressing room.
The man with the plan.
The man with the plan, baby.
Yeah.
You know, so we're doing bits and bobs, bruv. We got, like I say, we're going to do another review. Probably going to be a WWF show. Maybe it's going to be Valentine's Day Massacre. We don't know. We've literally just thought about that right on the spot now.
Yeah.
You know, we're just having fun with it. And if another interview comes up, we're going to do that because we're still talking to people. We've got some stuff in the pipeline that we're just waiting on, some bits and bobs, but that's how it goes. So I don't know, Jordan, you got anything else to chat about?
No, let's say thank you. We, you know, for anyone that loves to listen to this, we hope you're all doing well. You're all being good and you're all doing this, you know, doing bits. We are so thankful that you'll stick around and listen to our shit. And let's just say for now, we're going to pop off to Tony Khan's house for a couple of lines to enjoy the rest of his birthday. Take care, everyone. See you later.
Laters.